Hello. I'm happy to be reaching out today, and this video is really to serve for. I think if you're getting this video, you are a busy woman who your beauty consultant with Mary Kay and maybe even myself have been trying to reach you to just have a conversation about Mary Kay, the business, the opportunity, the culture, the whole big picture. So if you're in that situation, I care, your consultant cares. We really do want you to have the information, the right information, enough information, because obviously you must have indicated something with either me or your consultant that you had some questions or there was some interest, you were intrigued about, okay, so tell me a little bit more about the Mary Kay business, or so how does that work? How do you get started? So that's what I'm here to serve. So let me introduce myself. I'm Deborah Johnson. I am a sales director, a free car driver of Mary Kay. And I am just 2 years into my business. I started in March, April of 2023. I earned my director position in April 1st of 2024. So it was a little less than a year. And I got qualified for my free car in June of last year. So yes, there are career path opportunities. And the beauty of Mary Kay is you are your own boss. So it is a direct sales. It's an entrepreneur. I would be your coach as a director. Anybody that comes into my team, even if your consultant brought you in, unless she's on her path to be a director, until she hits directorship, I am your director. And my job, what Mary Kay pays me, is to coach women on how to do what I'm doing. And I will always claim to you and be very honest, I'm new in this, right? So, but I have figured out, and I was coached to get to directorship, how to do that, how to earn the car. We are a dream catcher team. That's the name of our unit. And we are aspiring toward the pink Cadillac and growing the team. So you're in the right place. You're with the right people. You're with the right team. So that's just a little bit so that you understand, what you're joining. And I will share with you, we've got a phenomenal national sales director who is still active, and she does a lot with us. And so you're learning from someone who actually was taught by Mary Kay Ash herself. So yes, Mary Kay Ash was a real person. She started this company in 1963, and at that point she was 45 years old, I think. So she had worked as a saleswoman throughout her career of 25 years. I think she was doing that. She was a single mom. And this was way back because she started this in the 60s. So she was working in the 1940s and the 1950s. And she really just saw how women were not treated fairly in the workplace. She trained a lot of men who would get promoted over her. And when she would ask, well, why? I certainly was qualified for that. They'd say, well, Mary Kay, he has a family to support. And so when she retired, she just, she could have just retired, right? But she realized that she wanted to do something to help women not experience what she had to experience for her work-life career. And so her whole premise is to allow women to come in, work their business in the order of their priorities. And the culture of the company is faith first, family second, and career third. And we as women, and anybody that is hearing this, a job doesn't really care too much about, any of the first two of those, right? It's like your obligation is to this job. We need you here. We'll tell you when or if you can have time off, a vacation day, whatever. So she built this company with all of the thoughts around how women need to work, how they choose to work, and what works best for them. So she also, it is, so I'll look at some of my notes here because I really did want to make sure that I talked about, the other benefits or motivations, because Mary Kay knew that women would appreciate the intangible things too. So, like the car that I'm talking about earning. What would your life look like if you didn't have a car note and the insurance, 85% of the insurance and tags and tabs were paid for? What would that free up in your budget every month? That's something worth considering. And you get a 2-year lease, and as long as you continue working your business at that same level, you qualify for the next, in 2 years you get another new car and another new car and another new car, and you're never paying a car note, and you always have a new car. So there's an intangible value, because we spend a lot on vehicles and our auto insurance. Jewelry is another thing. Lots of gifts, recognition. There's just so many things that Mary Kay knew women would appreciate being rewarded with, other than cash. We do operate. The company is still family owned and debt free, and it runs as Mary Kay designed it. That we operate in the golden rule, which means we treat others the way we want to be treated, and we just, in fact, Mary Kay herself used to say, treat every person as though they have a sign on the front of them that says, make me feel special today, make me feel important today, because there is a seed of greatness in all of us. And Mary Kay felt like, it would be nice if we could pull that out of women. So it is our job to kind of help you. So you don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to know beauty and makeup and how to apply. That all comes. You get all the training that you need to do this job successfully, or do this business successfully. Because again, it's not a job. I'm not your boss. I will be your coach and your mentor and your go-to. But there's a whole online training from years of 62.5 years of the company just being around. There's all the information and training and scripting and everything that you need. I will suggest, if you're really interested in Mary Kay the woman, she has a biography. I would suggest reading that, because why not? Why not understand the philosophy and the heart of the woman who created and built this company? And it's not just existing, we're thriving. Mary Kay is #1 in the world for our skincare and cosmetics. So you're in the right place at the right time. We've proven to be pandemic proof, recession proof. And so, I don't know if there's a job out there where you feel like, you're not ever going to be expendable. And I've been there. So that can be another topic for another day. But here's some other things that I just want to encourage you. So your consultant that is sharing this video with you tonight knows there's something special about you. So give that some thought. And here's the real thing. What do you need to know to make a $125 decision? Because that's really what it takes to start your Mary Kay business. I can do that at Target. I can do that in a 2-bag grocery run, right? So it's not like, and Mary Kay intentionally has set that up. She did not want women to have to invest in a life savings to try something. It's almost risk-free, and you do have some, safety nets in there as well. So if you start up and within your first year, you decide that you just, this isn't something you are going to do at this time, you can return any products or inventory that you might have purchased if they're unopened and unboxed, and Mary Kay corporate buys it back from you at 90%. So you have a 10% risk. And if you buy the $125 investment to get started, you're already ahead, because in that startup kit, which hopefully you're getting that along with this video. If not, ask the person who's sharing it with you to share with you what it takes to get started. But in the $90 starter kit is what we call it, you almost have $400, $450 worth of full-size products that you can sell at 100% profit. Otherwise, we make 50% profit on everything that we sell. Best direct sales out there. We are very focused on quality. So we not only follow FDA guidelines, but we're also European standard approved, which is far more intense or rigorous and rather than our FDA. And I think we have 1,600 patents on the product. So they have been pressure tested and tried and true. And then we also, the company has two arms of philanthropy, and these were Mary Kay's passions. One to find cures for cancer that affect women. And so, and then the other one is monies that go to women and children who need to escape to safe havens to, get out of a domestic abuse type of situation. These were things that Mary Kay was passionate about, helping women be able to, get out of, cures for cancer. There's got to be, a million reasons why we would love to see that. And then domestic violence. I mean, women need to be able to get away. And that's the other part of this business, is that as with very little money, a woman can get started, and there are pathways. And, you just tell me how much, how would $1,000 change your monthly budget? And I can put together a little monthly plan that would tell you what you need to do to get that extra $1,000. And I guarantee you, it's not a 40-hour-a-week job. You can do that probably 5 hours a week. So I want you to ask, I hope you're feverishly jotting down all your questions, and let's talk. What I'm most excited about is the fact that this doesn't cost a lot of money to take a chance on yourself. So if there's anything inside you right now saying, wow, why would I not give this a try? That is the question I ask most women, is why not? Why not? For $120, $125, I've made worse purchases. I've bought things that I regret, right? Buyer's remorse. I've bought outfits. I've bought whatever, name it. And you will get so much more than you ever bargained for, because there's a lot of growth in this, because it's a women culture of uplifting, education, inspiration. We want everyone to succeed. I'd love for everyone who's listening to this to say, well, I want to be a director. I want your position of directorship. Yes, please let me show you how, because we do need leaders. So thank you for listening to this. And if you would please, even if after all of this you're like, nah, it's not for me, who do you know? Because women that either I don't know, or your consultant that is sharing this video with you, women that we don't. And there's got to be a woman that that would benefit from, again, listening to this and having a conversation, because you just never know how this business could help somebody. It could be that she just needs extra money in her budget every month. It could mean that she could be looking for a whole new career path. Maybe she is so unhappy in her current job. It could be that she needs sisterhood. She needs women and connection and friends and, community to rally with her. It could be that she's looking for a six-figure and she wants to be a leader, and she knows she's a leader and she just hasn't been given a chance, because in this business, you determine when to promote yourself. You determine how much money you want to make. You determine those things, not someone else. And we all know what that is like in corporate America. Someone else is making those decisions for you. So again, Deborah Johnson, I would love to get the opportunity to talk with you after you listen to this. So find out how to reach me. And I'd love to, even if there is a person in between, if I'm not the person that that I've been trying to catch you and I can't catch you, so this is my way to get my message to you. Let's the three of us, if there is another woman, let's the three of us sit down and have a conversation where you can ask all the questions you need to ask to make this decision. And it's either a $35 decision today or a $125 decision. And you actually have 14 days. So if you signed up with the 35 today, you have 2 weeks to add on that other $90 starter kit. So why not? Thanks for your time.